Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn with Eleanor, and today I am doing the Moody Book Tag. I was tagged by Eleanor. I'll link her channel down below, as well as her video, or just her video, I don't know, depends how lazy I'm being. And there are 11 questions to go through. Question 1, do you consider yourself a mood reader? Yes. This has developed over time and has changed over my time on BookTube. I started out very structured and have been slowly moving towards mood reading, which is what I did when I was a kid, but I think having it less mood reader and more structured helped me to get into reading again, because my life requires structure. Question 2, do you set TBRs and do you stick to them? Yes, and mostly. So again, this is what I meant by structure. These were really helpful when I was starting out on BookTube and trying to get me to read. Like, you need to pick this up, you need to pick this up. That motivation was really helpful. I now kind of have the habit, as well as my life circumstances having changed quite a bit. So doing that isn't as helpful anymore. I used to be able to, when I was at university, I could sit and spend the time and just sit and read a book that I was like, don't want to read this right now, but I'm gonna read it. Whereas now I work full time, I don't have that opportunity to just sit and force myself to read. So mood reading is becoming a lot more prevalent, because obviously if I want to read the book, I'm going to pick it up. It helps. And so I do make TBRs still. I do try and keep them to, rather than like, oh, I need to read that, I try and be like, okay, you're excited for this. So yeah, my latest TBR, which I'm staring at because it's down there because I just filmed it. My latest TBR is books that I need to read, but I'm also really excited for. So it's a good mix. It's a good mix. Do books affect you emotionally? Yes. A book can definitely make me cry, 100%. There are books that have made me laugh. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But yeah, books definitely affect me emotionally. Question 4. When you're feeling sad, do you like to read sad, happy or neutral books? I don't do that. I don't mood read in terms of having my actual mood, like happy, sad, distressed, overjoyed. That doesn't impact what I pick up. It's more like, I'm feeling like this, I'm gonna read this. So I just read whatever. Most often, do you use reading to escape, learn or critically reflect? Most often, escape. I do love learning through reading. I love learning through reading, but most often it's escaping. I love going to fantasy worlds. If you hadn't noticed by the fact that my channel is just going right into that fantasy. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? Question 6. I literally just said that I can't remember. Oh, it's under my bed. I'm not getting it out. I'm fucking lazy. This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay, which is a memoir about his time in the NHS, and it, like, obviously it's been like, what's the word? Confidentialised. That'll do. Fucking dipshit. It's been confidentialised, so there's no like discerning features about patients, but some of them are fucking stupid and it's hilarious. So that made me actually laugh out loud. My partner was like, what are you doing? It's great. Question 7. What is a book that made you cry? And if you don't cry, one that moved you? I do cry. Definitely cry. Oh my god. Like this one, Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, which is a fantasy book about a little coffee shop where you can go back in time, and it's like adorable. It's translated from Japanese. That I didn't actually like, but that's because I was sat downstairs next to my father, who's ex-military. I weren't getting judged. Would you have done it? Would you? But like, if I'd been alone, that would have been a cry fest. This is another one where if I had been alone, I would have cried. This is the problem, reading around people. Ew. What else? What made me cry? I cry all the time at books. Where's the crying ones? Here's one. Cool Midwife. If you're British, you probably know this because the BBC adapted it into a really good TV series. I highly advise either watching that or reading this. The first season matches up with this great. It's really accurate and all that. This is a memoir about a midwife's time serving as a midwife in the 1950s in southeast London. London's Docklands, so more like East London. I don't know. I'm not a southerner. But yes, so this made me fucking weep. And The Book Thief as well. Oh, I cried for The Book Thief. Next question. What is a book you didn't even know how you felt about after? Ha. I think this could be a good answer for that one. His Bloody Project by Graham McCrae Burnett. This is set in 1869 in Scotland, and we follow a trial of a man who's accused of murder, rape, murder, rape, murder. I think murder and rape. It's a dark book. Thanks, Dad. I'll do the dishes. But yes, so this is a dark book, but it wasn't how I was expecting. I was expecting it to go differently with what was on the synopsis, and it left a lot for me to think about at the end, so I wasn't sure if I'd enjoyed it because it came across more like just a court case rather than the thriller I was expecting, and also there was a lot to think about in this book, so that was very interesting. Question 9. Are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? I don't know. I read more at night. I will read more once it's gotten dark. So I would assume cloudy day, just from like that logic. Doesn't make a difference. Question 10. Do you usually set the mood when you read with music, lights, smells, etc.? No. I played music once when I was reading The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman, and then when I was rereading and rereading this book when I was younger, every time I read a certain scene, the song got stuck in my head that I was playing. I didn't like that. I wouldn't be bothered by it now, but at the time I was like, I do not like this. And ever since, I have never listened to music when reading. Ever. Unless obviously I'm like, ow, and I don't get a choice. But yes, I don't light any candles, I don't get any specific drink, I don't do anything like that. I just prefer to sit in silence in a comfortable position and read. Can you tell my hair's pissing me off? Question 11. Can you leap from book to book, or do you need to buffer time between? And this is the last question. So it depends on the book. So sometimes a book will have like a really deep emotional impact, and I need time to sit with it and like have the story play out in my head more and kind of have my mind come to terms with what's happened and create theories and tangents and all of that. And sometimes I finish a book, I loved a book or hated it, either one, and I go, right, next one. It really varies. As I said, mood reader, so like that's the Moody Book Tag. I haven't done like a tag video where I've been tagged in a very long time. But yes, so I am going to tag. So Carrie, Caitlin, Alex, you knew this was coming. My girls, you knew. So that is left down below. And also I'm going to tag Olivia, because I want to know. Olivia from, probably explain, I'm just like, yeah, you guys. So Carrie is from the channel Caring for Books, Alex is from Alex Black Reads, and Caitlin is from My Cheshire Rabbit. I will leave them all linked down below. I mention them all the time. They're like some of my really close booktube friends. And then Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe. Girl, I want to know. I want to know like your mood reading habits, how you pick up books, whether you do mood read. I know that you do also stick to a schedule, but it would be interesting to know if you have both. So I would love to see your reaction to this. Thank you so much for watching to the end, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, are you a mood reader? Like, is this something that you do, or do you stick to more of a regimen? Let me know. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!